Hi, Ian.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Sorry, I called you. You must be still in your meeting.
Yeah, no problem. Let me continue in that meeting.
You've
You're
made me
okay now,
host
right?
now. Eh?
Yeah, you're
Let
the
me
host.
let me see if I can still go there without disturbing you.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay, Ian, I think I'm good. Eh?
Yeah, you're okay.
Yes, I seem to be okay. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, Ian.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't go away. Just stay there muted.
Wenye washaingia ni 4. Ian Gadu, Veronica Kabari, Lucy Mutemi na Cosmas.
Good evening, everyone. I hope you can hear me today. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Okay. So I can see we are just a few. How many minutes do you suggest we give them? Do we give them until 7:45 or? I'm just waiting for quorum.
Maybe 7:45 will be fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Then let's hold on a bit for them. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Lucy Mutemi. I hope you can hear me. Can someone reply? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Lucy, loud and clear.
Thank you, Veronica. Thank you.
Yes, we
And
can hear
Karibu
you.
sana. Okay, thank you very much. So I'll ask you to mute yourself if you don't mind. And I think it's just as well that we need to get started because yes, sorry. The rest will find us along the way. The rest will find us along the way. Okay, can we mute ourselves? We have muted ourselves. Very good. So as I said, my name is Lucy Mutemi. I am a very excited member of AG Nutrition, and I love it because it has done so much for me. I came across it at a time when I was really suffering. I was having some health challenges. I was having a problem with my nerves. I wasn't able to sleep very well. I had an issue with gas and all, and I was really leading a very sad life because I was sick and broke. But what really excited me was the benefits that one was getting once they consumed the Aegisera. And my story is long, and as we go along, I'll keep giving you a little bit about my story. And tomorrow we'll share more about the testimonies that are out there. So without wasting much time, I'd like us just to, sorry about that, just to get started with the presentation. And we should take about 1 hour or thereabouts. So let me just get started. Just a few minutes. So AG Nutrition is a company that was started in 2019. It was launched in 2019. But before I get there, you can see that slide there that reads AG Nutrition. AG stands for Alpha Group. Alpha Group. And this is a Malaysian-based company that was launched in May 2019. It came into Kenya at the end of July, August. That's when it came into Kenya. So we are just 3 years old now. Still a very young company, but the impact is amazing. And the company is in the industry of health and wealth. Below there, you can see our website, agnutritioninternational.com. You can go there and just research more about this company, get to know who they are, and also the testimonies that are out there on their products. The company is all about transforming people's lives in a positive way. We have our founders there. There are 3 of them, 3 young men. One of them is called Faiz Saleh. Then there's Fahim, Azim, and Hafiz Saleh. The Salehs are brothers, and they are young men who are going places. They came together. They have a vast of experience, 20 years experience in an industry just like this one. Please, can we mute ourselves? Or maybe let me just try and mute everybody. No, I think just mute yourself, please, when you come in. Yeah, they have a wide experience all over. One of them is an administrator, there's an engineer, there's a marketer. So they have enough experience, and they have been in a setup like this for more than 20 years. So they came together and they formed AG Nutrition, and I'll tell you why. And their company has a mission, just like any other company. Number 1, to transform people's lives and lifestyles by giving us the best nutritional products of the highest quality. And we're going to see as we go along. And also to provide a rewarding opportunity platform to all the people who want to come in and do the business, the independent distributors. And of course, below there, you can see the website once more, agnutritioninternational.com, and please just make use of it. Now, the company has core values, just like all the companies out there. And one of the core values is excellence. And they promise that they deliver premium value. They do have outstanding products. In fact, one of our products, the first one that they launched, called Aegisera, is second to none. When I think about what it has done for people out there, what it has done for me, I am yet to come across a product like that. So they tell you that their products are always going to be of the highest quality. They will meet your needs as a consumer and even as a distributor. They are, like here in Kenya, we are certified by 2 bodies, and one of them is KEBS, Kenya Bureau of Standards, and the other one is a Poison and Pharmacy Board. Those are the 2 bodies that certify us, and it's not easy to get those licenses if you're not meeting the standards that they require. In America, we have the FDA. In Europe, we have European Food Safety Authority, among many other boards that certify this product. They also promise that they will always do business the right way. Integrity is key. Our business is about people. We are meeting with people all the time. And here we have a product that we are promising people that it will do what it says it does. So having integrity is the right thing. They will always do business the right way. Again, we work as a team, teamwork. We are one company and one team. You don't have to feel like you're alone when you come and embrace this company. There's always somebody ready to help you. There will always be someone ready to do a presentation for you where you can learn about this company. And even for any person you refer here, you will always find somebody ready to do this. There are many forums out there, physical meetings as well as the online meetings, and somebody will always be ready to train you. People train you about the product. So you don't have to feel alone. This is your business if you choose to embrace it and you're doing the business part of it, or even if you come just as a consumer, but you might, be alone, but really you're not alone. There is a team ready to support you. And then they have a win-win-win mentality, a winning mentality. Everybody must win. The company will win because we keep coming back, because they do give us quality products. So the company does win because they retain us as consumers. And we as, consumers and distributors must also win. The product has to do what it says it does. So yes, we are all winners when we embrace this company. So those are our 4 core values. Now, our first product, the product that, set the stage for Aegisera, for AG Nutrition, is called Aegisera. That is our main product, the first one. We have many others. And right there is written Aegisera, nature's gift for optimum health. And we want to see, is it really true that Aegisera really can take care of your health like that? It is the answer to your optimum well-being. And we want to just have a little discussion and find out, why is it that today we have so many people getting sick? We are suffering from all sorts of diseases. Here we are today, just battling with cancer, with arthritis, with diabetes, blood pressure, fibroids. And every day that is a story. Every day those are the stories I keep hearing of people who are sick in my family out there. And I know you too come across them. In fact, I don't think there's any family today that is not battling with one lifestyle disease or another. They are there. And once they get them, they live with them. What has changed? Was it always like this? And I like looking back at our forefathers, the time of our great-grandparents and their parents. How was life then? How was their food? How was the water they were drinking? What was going on? Because there has to be something that we have done wrong. I don't think it's natural to, be born, live life, and just die a painful death, acquire some of these conditions that were not, I don't think they were there before. In fact, when I talked to my parents, they didn't even know the name cancer in the 70s. And this is here in Kenya. We didn't know what cancer was. Arthritis was not heard of. They were not there. But today I have met even children with arthritis. Cancer, you just need to go to Kenyatta National Hospital and you just be so saddened to see how even children are there suffering. Well, what really has gone wrong? Just give me 1 minute. I don't want us to be interrupted by calls. Hello. Sorry about that. Hello, I'm sorry about that. Something happened to the connection. I'm very sorry about that. We'll get back just now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Sorry about that. Sorry about
Yes,
that. I think
I can hear you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Let's just go back to where we were. I think I had a problem with my internet. Yes, so I was saying that our bodies are made up of cells, and the cells form tissues, and those form the organs being the heart, the kidney, the liver, and many others. And that forms also the systems, the respiratory system, reproductive system. All these parts of our body have systems that support them. And that forms the body that you carry. So we have the cells, the tissue, the organ, the system, and the body. And we want to see today, where does disease attack? These diseases that we call lifestyle, the degenerative diseases, that once you get them, you live with them, you are on medication until the day, the Lord calls you to himself. And I don't think it's natural just to spend more than half of your life or half of your life just in pain and suffering from these conditions. So where does this disease attack? So that we can see what can we do about it. And when I did my research, it led me to, I realized that the cells are affected by everything. Because when you say you're unwell and you go to see the doctor, and the doctor, diagnoses you and tells you, or you have cancer or blood pressure or whatever, he'll give you medication to take care of the symptoms. Please mute yourself. He'll give you medication to take care of whatever it is you're ailing from. But if it is one of these degenerative diseases, he will even tell you you're going to be on medication for the rest of your life. And I know you've come across people who have been told that, or maybe you might be one of them. You have blood pressure and you're always on a tablet every single day. So what can you do about it, and what is happening, and where does disease attack? Research has shown us, or even the doctors will confirm, that disease attacks the cell. And why would the cell get sick? The cell will get sick if it experiences a deficiency. Could we mute ourselves, please? Sorry about that. Disease attacks the cells. And why would it attack the cell? It would attack the cell if the cell is not getting what it requires. And maybe at this point we can see, then what does the cell require? Why would the cell have a nutritional, a deficiency of anything? What causes that so that it can lead to these diseases? And there's something I like looking at. This cell of ours is affected by three things. Sorry. push this too far. Sorry about that. So sorry. I think I touched something by mistake. Yeah, I'm about there. So, yes, that's what I wanted. The cell is affected by three things. The food you eat, the water you drink, and the air you breathe. All these things will affect your cells. And those are the cells you're carrying. When you look at the air, we are trying to see, is there something that we did wrong or that is different during this time and the time of our forefathers? And I am sure you'll agree with me that today the air that we breathe in is not the same kind of air that our forefathers were breathing. In our forefathers' time, they had lots of trees around them that purified their air. The air was not heavily polluted like ours. Today we live in an environment where we must use cars. We're going out there. There's a lot of, factories that are manufacturing all sorts of things. And those factories are emitting a lot of stuff in the air as waste. And many a times that does harm us. And I like reminding people so that we don't forget that it's just a couple of years ago that we saw in the news a particular factory that is based in Syokimau. And there's an estate next to it. And at one point it was reported that this factory was emitting some harmful smoke up in the skies through their chimneys. And why that came about is that people started falling sick in the estate around there. And children, there's a child that was dying or even died. Another one was really sick. And the people around there were just falling sick. And so it came to the notice of NEMA, and they went there and they discovered, yes, whatever was being emitted into the skies was actually harmful to the people around there. Now, those effects are going to be felt for quite a while. In fact, where I live, I just discovered my neighbor has come from that estate. And she said she has come from there because of what is going on there. Even now, they are still feeling the effects. Sometimes we think that we are so far away from those areas, but you still find that, you have no control about the fumes that are in the sky. They're being blown by the wind, and they're going to reach you one way or another. And we are saying that if the air, the oxygen that you're breathing is filled up with toxins, that is going to affect the cell. Everything that is around us affects the cell. When you look at the water that we drink, what are we saying about the water that we drink? I like asking people when I'm doing a presentation in the physical classes, how many people feel confident enough to open a tap of water and to drink directly from the tap? I keep asking and I get the same result. Majority of them tell me, no, I boil my water or I buy my water. Please mute your phone, or rather, just mute yourself. And they tell me they buy the water. And when I ask why, they tell me they don't trust that it is safe. And the challenge I throw to you, or what I want you to be aware is, really, in Kenya, 60 years after independence, we don't have clean, safe drinking water. And that is to us who have piped water. What about the people in the village who have to rely on our rivers? What is being done to the rivers? You keep hearing of stories of factories that pour their waste, chemical waste, into the rivers. This Nairobi River, that when I was growing up, I grew up in Nairobi, and Nairobi River was very clear. But today you'd be lucky if you saw a fish there. And that water is going downstream. What is it doing as it's carrying all that waste, all that chemical waste, and just passing through farms? And food is being planted along the banks. And that is the food you're eating. Do you see how your cells can get affected even by water? When you look at the food that we're eating, the food that you eat is, divided into three groups. There's carbohydrates, there's vitamins, and there's protein. Those are the three groups of foods. And the sources of protein, let me start at the bottom, is what? Your meat, your eggs, your fish, your milk, your lentils, your beans. Those are sources of protein. What is the work of all these foods in these food groups where your cells are concerned? You know, we eat so that these groups of foods can do something to us or can help us. So the work of proteins is to repair the cells, to renew the cells, and to multiply, to help them multiply properly. Now, I don't usually have very many problems with protein. The only word of caution is that we need to just take enough. Sometimes we take too much meat, especially red meat. We end up with other issues, especially when combined with alcohol, too much alcohol. And then you find people are suffering from gout. And that's something we can be able to control. In fact, if I used to work in a hospital, and I'm not in the medical field, but I was in a department that we were dealing with meals with patients. And I would see when the doctors come across a burnt victim, they would write his diet should be high protein diet, because protein's work, as I said, is to repair and renew and multiply your cells properly. So protein, I don't have a problem. The only thing I would, give you a word of caution is just eat enough protein. It doesn't have to be a whole kilo of meat every day, to yourself. That is going to bring you many problems. So there we hardly have much issue. When it comes to vitamins, and I like asking a question here, sources of vitamins are your fruits and vegetables. That's where you get vitamins from. And I know during the corona time, even now, there's been a lot of talk about, vitamins, vitamin C, it's going to raise your immunity. Yes, the work of vitamins is to raise your immunity. The work of vitamins, again, is to help your cells flush out toxins. These toxins cause cellular damage. They harm your cells. Your cells have no capacity of absorbing or using the toxins that are harmful to them. I mean, the toxins around. They cannot, your body can't absorb that. So if they're not flushed out, they just cause damage to your cells. And the World Health Organization recommends that we need to eat 5 to 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables in a day. 5 to 9 helpings. And many times I ask people when I'm in a forum like this, how many people have eaten a fruit today or a vegetable? And yet the WHO is saying 5 to 9 helpings. That means like 5 bowls of different colors, fruits and vegetables. The reds, the yellows, the orange, they all have a purpose. But you find that either because of ignorance or otherwise, we don't even take the fruit. In fact, I've asked before, and when I ask in a forum where we have men and women, the men say, the fruits and vegetables is food for the children and the women. They don't take it. And yet you're going out there, you're the one battling with all forms of toxins out there. And the fruits and vegetables are the ones that are supposed to protect you, to raise the immunity so that your cells can be able to fight back. The women, when they are told, do you eat enough fruits and vegetables? They say, no, the fruits are for children. Now, the two of you, men and women, adults, you're working out there, but you're not protecting yourself. We need to do something about our fruits and vegetables. How we cook them is very important. Let's not overcook them. How we, even how we handle them, the vitamins get destroyed very easily. So don't overcut them, don't overcook them. Your cells appreciate raw vegetables. They really do, and fruits. Now, when we come to carbohydrates, your sources of carbohydrates are your maize, your rice, your wheat. Those are your sources of carbohydrates. And your carbohydrates, the work of carbohydrates is to feed the cell, to ensure that the cell membrane, cell wall, I'm taking you back a little bit to biology. Your cell has a cell wall. with a membrane and the nucleus there in the middle. Your cell wall needs to remain soft and permeable, soft to allow in waste, to allow in nutrients, and the nutrients come in and do what they're supposed to do, and the waste is supposed to get out. But only if your cell wall remains soft and flexible or permeable. Now, what keeps it soft and permeable is what you get from your carbohydrates. And carbohydrates, I'll take an example of the maize. The maize, if you think about how the maize looks like, the maize has an outer covering that we call the husk. And somewhere down there, at the end of the maize, there's the germ, the little tunaita karo, that little creamy sort of substance that is soft. In the middle, and the rest of the maize is the starchy part of the maize. Sorry, I didn't have a diagram, but I'm sure you can imagine. Now, the husk and the germ contain very, very important oils that your cell wall is looking for. Those cell walls, those oils are what keep your cell wall soft and permeable. When you don't eat a whole grain or carbohydrates that have enough of the germ and the husk, the cell wall becomes hard and impermeable. So you find that the nutrients you're eating have struggled to get in and the waste struggles to get out. You end up with tired cells, sick cells, dying cells. And whatever is happening to the cells is what is happening to you. That is exactly what is happening to you. So what do we do with these carbohydrates? You can imagine here is the maize, you've harvested it. Our main source of our staple food is ugali. So we take it to the millers and, we want to eat it as white as possible. So we say, mill for me, grade 1. And in that process, the germ and the husk, most of it is removed. What do we do with that? We make animal feed. So you hardly come across animals that are suffering from arthritis, diabetes, cancer, blood pressure, and if they do, it's because we are giving them what we eat. But you as man, you're the one who removes that and gives the animals. We make oil from it and the animal feed. And I'll challenge you, please, from tomorrow, go to the supermarket and go to the section where there's flour. And please check carefully if you can see a weevil. A weevil is a very clever insect. Right now, in the countryside, your mother, grandmother is fighting with weevils, trying to keep them away from her maize, because the weevil is looking for what is living there. And what is living there is the germ and the husk. That is the living food. And that is what it will eat. It will leave for you the starchy part. And so the weevil doesn't suffer like you and I. And why I'm challenging you to go to the supermarket is that I want you to go and see, why are there no weevils? Then what is wrong with my flour here? What can I do about it? I'll suggest try and mill your own flour. When you get maize, take it to the miller, but don't remove the germ and the husk. Don't tell them to remove those things. Just take it as it is, grade 3, and mix it a little bit with your flour, and you will see a difference. So our company did a research, a very serious research, and with doctors and scientists, and they realized that there's what we eat and what we are supposed to be eating. There's a gap, and that gap is leading to all forms of diseases. You're finding people with diabetes, and when they have diabetes, before you know it, they're on medication. As they continue on their medication, they acquire blood pressure. They are still on medication. The next thing you see, the heart has enlarged. They're still on medication. What is happening? They're just getting worse and worse. Before you know it, the eyesight is going. Thereafter, it is the kidney, then the liver, and then this person, dementia. After 10, 15, 20 years, the body just gives up. And that is what is happening to people today. So what can you do about it? The answers are lying in these 3 things I'm talking about. What is your food? What can you do about these things? You may not do much about the air. Plant trees. Make sure your water is safe. But there's something you can do with the food. So that gap is where our company is coming to try and bridge it. And what they came up with is a product called Aegisera. And that is it there. And Aegisera has 8 ingredients. They're just food-based. And one of them is called Curcumin. Another one is called Sakura Extract. There's Ginema sylvester. There's white olive. There's whole wheat. There's pomegranate. There's white peach. And there's mixed berries. I'll give you a little information on each one of them, and then we can wind up. So the first one is called Ceramosides. Ceramosides is sourced from the whole wheat that I mentioned in the previous slide, and it is a source of ceramides, as is written there. Ceramides are part of your skin. They are between the dermis and epidermis, and their work, it is a protein. Its work is to lock in moisture. And because of our poor eating habits, we are not getting enough of it from our whole grain. So what this company has done is they have sourced the ceramosides when the wheat is very young. It is sourced from wheat. So we have farms in France, and they go and source the ceramosides before the wheat matures, because when it matures, that's when gluten forms. And gluten is addictive, is very sweet, is what gives us a lot of weight, increases our blood sugar levels. So they don't want that for you. So they harvest it while the wheat is very young. What does it do for you? It gives you a youthful, glowing skin. It helps you not to get wrinkles before your time. It is one of the best antioxidants in the world. Antioxidants are compounds that your body produces, but they are also antioxidants are also found in your fruits and vegetables. You need to take your fruits and vegetables so that you can get the antioxidants, because these are what are going to flush out toxins from your cells. So when I say that this is an antioxidant, it means it's going to help you detoxify, remove all the toxins that are affecting you, causing you all manner of conditions. It is anti-cancer, because once you flush out all these toxins, then there's no cellular damage. It helps to regulate blood sugar because, it has no gluten. It's very good for cholesterol, balancing your cholesterol. It helps you with arthritis, very good for arthritis. It is rich with iron. It boosts iron. It is an anti-inflammatory. What is inflammation? Inflammation is brought about in your body because of poor eating habits. Eating a lot of processed food, eating a lot of sugary food will cause inflammation and conditions, and that leads to conditions like arthritis, diabetes, cancer. Those are called inflammatory diseases. And when I say it is anti-inflammatory, it's helping you fight that inflammation that brings about those conditions. It has no gluten. It is very good for your blood pressure. It is free from preservatives, no GMO, just 100% plant-based. It uses the latest technology, which is called the nanotechnology. That's the latest technology in the world. This is an amazing, amazing ingredient that we have. Within 15 days, you will notice even your skin will look brighter, will look youthful, because toxins are being removed. So it's an amazing, amazing product. It takes care of any skin, skin problems that you might have that come about as a result of ceramosides not being enough in your skin. So next to that, we have another ingredient called white olive. Now, white olive is derived from, or rather it is a natural extract from the olive fruit, not the leaf. It has high levels of something written there called natural hydroxysteroxyl. You can see that. It helps the cancer cells commit suicide. Can you imagine that? It's an amazing antioxidant, an amazing anti-inflammatory. It's very good for fungal infection, bacteria infections. It fights dementia, memory loss, regulating blood sugar. Can you imagine that? Very good for your blood pressure, balancing your blood pressure. Very good for wounds and viruses. Anything to do with the ENT, ear, nose, and throat. Amazing. A very good detox. Very, very good in balancing your cholesterol levels. Women, this is an amazing product that will take care of hot flashes. As you get older, this is a stage that you will not be able to escape. But when you take our product, it helps to balance your hormones. It helps you deal with those hot flashes that can make life really miserable for women. Moving on, we have something called Sakura Extract. Sakura Extract is a flower, and the English name is cherry blossom. It is found in Japan. It's a shrub. It works very, very well with the ceramositis. It's very rich in vitamin C, as you can see. It's rich in essential fatty acids, very, very good in promoting anti-aging, whitening. And whitening, I don't mean bleaching. Because it's an antioxidant, and remember I said antioxidants help flush out toxins, you find that your skin looks brighter, and you look very bright just because the toxins have been flushed out. It's an amazing detox. That's what the whitening means. It helps with collagen formation, and collagen is the glue that holds our skin together, holds our muscle, really the skin, and keeps you looking young for long. It has anti-inflammatory properties, so it will help even with your skin pigmentation. We have people who end up, you see them suffering from a condition known as vitiligo, where they seem to lose the pigmentation. This will really work on that pigmentation and give you back your skin color. It moisturizes your skin. It's also anti-cancer, an amazing, amazing ingredient. Very, very nice. It helps give you that youthful skin, and I think everybody would like to look younger. Moving on, we have another ingredient called curcumin. Curcumin is the active ingredient found in turmeric, and that is the turmeric that looks like ginger, and the powder. That's it in powder. Now, curcumin is one of the best anti-inflammatory ingredient we have in the world. It has been used for centuries by the Asian community, by the Somalis. They know the power with curcumin. It has over 200 benefits. One of the main things it is known for is for fighting body-wide inflammation. There's an ugonjwa called ugonjwa ya hapa na pale. If you take your parents to the doctor and they are trying to describe where they are feeling unwell, you will hear them mentioning it's not the shoulder, not the knee, not the leg, and they're just feeling pain everywhere. This will fight that. It's a natural painkiller, a natural antibiotic, one of the best ingredients we have in the world. It will improve cardiovascular function, taking care of your heart, just like the high olive. I think I may not have mentioned that the high olive is very good for the heart, very good for arteries. It's very good. It's an antiplatelet, an amazing ingredient. Now, together with this one, it helps with the cardiovascular function. It supports your joint and bone health. Very, very good for arthritis. It will boost your cognitive function, dementia, just depression. It really helps you. It calms you down. It promotes a radiant skin. The Asian and Somali community, they have used it for the longest for their beauty regimens. It's anti-cancer. It supports natural weight loss. It's a painkiller, as I talked before, very good for body aches, for blood pressure. It will balance your blood pressure. It will help you with clogged veins. Those people with varicose veins, they are very painful. This will help. It helps. It's an amazing ingredient that we need to embrace. So that's one of the other products, the other ingredients. Then we have something called Jemima sylvestre. This is, I would call it as the Mercedes-Benz of Aegisera. It is a shrub. Again, it is found in Africa, tropical parts of Africa, Australia, and India. And in India, it is known as the sugar destroyer. Please let's mute our Lynette. Yeah. It is known as the sugar destroyer in India. How does it do that? You see, in the society, we have a lot of people who have diabetes, and this is really beneficial to them because it helps to reduce sugar cravings, sugar cravings by making that sweet food look less appealing. Can you imagine? And not just the food alone. even anything you may be addicted to, like cigarettes. We have testimonies of people who say, I started taking Aegisera, and suddenly I just don't feel like I want to take the cigarette. Even alcohol. But a word of caution to the alcoholic. An alcoholic person needs to reach rock bottom before they can seek help. So don't take our product to them and tell them, oh, I found the cure for your alcoholism, and they're not ready to let go of the alcohol. But if they're ready to let go of it and they are determined, then this ingredient will help them take care of those cravings that they have. Now, it's also very good in lowering blood sugar levels. It improves your cholesterol levels as well, thereby reducing your risk to heart disease. It increases insulin production. How? You know, all these ingredients I'm talking about are vitamins. They are sourced from fruits and vegetables. And so what does it do? What do vitamins do? Vitamins give you immunity, as I said before. So when you take our product with Gemina sylvestre, the cells will have immunity. That means that also the pancreas cells, because where is insulin produced from? The pancreas. And what is the problem with the diabetic person is that they are not producing insulin. So they can't regulate their sugar levels. So what does it do? It ensures that the pancreas cells, they have immunity. And before you know it, those cells start healing themselves. They start repairing themselves. And that is how you find that they are now suddenly, with time, producing insulin. And before you know it, the doctor is saying, oops, your sugar levels are coming down. It's because of the Gymneva sylvestre. It's also very good in helping reduce inflammation, of course, caused by sugar levels, eating too much sugar, sugary foods and all that. It acts as it's very good for weight loss. It's very good for water retention. It's an amazing, amazing product, especially where diabetes is concerned. We have another ingredient called white peach. And white peach looks like this. In Kenya, I think I have seen them coming from Limuru. And I've only seen small ones. These peaches have so many benefits. They are very rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They are so amazing. They contain antioxidant properties. They are very, very good for people with allergies. They're very rich in vitamin C, which is good for the skin. Anytime you hear something has vitamin C, just remember your skin. Now, I said before, the white peach is very good for allergies. Those people who wake up in the morning and the first thing they do is sneeze, it's like there's like a cold that waits for them as it becomes, as the morning comes. And they have this allergy, blocked nose and runny nose, up until maybe about 10 o'clock. And then it seems to, that seems to disappear because the weather has become warmer. And by 5 p.m., they've picked it up again. Those allergies, where your ears are itchy, your throat is always, feeling scratchy, asthma, people with sinuses, this will really help you. I was a candidate, I have always lived my life from a child. I've always dealt with allergies. And today, even you can hear my voice, I don't have, a blocked nose or runny nose. And before, 2 years, 3 years ago, by now, you could tell that I have allergies. So it's amazing where allergies are concerned. It's very good for healthy digestion. There are people who are not able to go to the loo properly. They don't go to the loo well. It takes days. This will help with your digestive system because remember I said it's very rich with fiber, and fiber is very good in helping you digest your food. It's very, very good for treating gut disorders. There are people who their life is actually miserable because if they're not dealing with gas, they're dealing with acid, they have all manner of things, ulcers, and they can never be happy because when your gut is not okay, then you are always having a headache. You can be even very irritable because you're just not well. This will sort out those issues. You're going to come back to us when you take our product if you have any of those issues, and the first thing you'll say is, I don't no longer feel bloated. My ulcers are not disturbing me anymore. It's amazing. It will help to fight and prevent cancer. Remember, it's very rich with vitamin C, which is an antioxidant, and it has that and many more properties. It's very good very rich with folic acid, very rich with vitamin D1, K1, very good for infertility issues. We have so many testimonies. This together with the high olive and something else I'll tell you about. And the doctors have said you have children, but these people have lived 10 years. Let's mute ourselves, please, when we come in. You find that the doctor is saying you're good, you and your husband, you actually have no reason why you don't have children, but people have lived for 10 years, 14 years, and they don't have a child. And you know, the doctor is saying you're fine. What happens when they take our product? Before even a month or 2 months are over, you find that the woman is saying, I'm pregnant, because it has things. These ingredients of ours even will help you with infertility issues. Maybe what you have is inflammation, and this comes and sorts out your inflammation, and there you go, you have a child. So amazing, amazing ingredient. Now we have I think the second last one. They're called mixed berries. There you can see different kinds of berries. There's raspberry, there's blueberry, there's blackberry, and there's another one called elderberry. Berries are said to be the kings and queens where cancer is concerned. They are very rich in the B vitamins, B6, B12, B17, and lack of B17 is actually one of the major causes of cancer. They are full of fiber. They are very, very, very full of fiber. So they're very good for your weight loss, for your digestive system. They help manage, of course, I've now talked about the weight. They're very, very rich in vitamin A. That is also something that amazed me. I've worn specs from nursery. I was born with cataracts. And so eyesight is something that I've, problems with eyesight I've lived with. And I've always, had issues with my eyesight, not seeing very well. And when I got to about 26 years, the cataracts had to be removed. And I've always feared for my sight. But I'll tell you something, because of the vitamin A in this product, in these berries, today I can read the smallest of handwritings, and I never thought I could do that. So your eyesight will improve. You're the one who's going to tell us about that. They're very rich in vitamin C. Amazing. So it's very good for cancer and all that. Very rich in vitamin D, D1, K1, niacin, those minerals, potassium, selenium. They work very well on the uterus wall. They deal with fertility issues. Very good for, very rich in folic acid. So even expectant, mothers can take it. And again, the women who are getting a bit older, hot flashes, these ingredients will really help you where hot flashes are concerned. So mixed berries, kings and queens where cancer is concerned, and much more. And then the last ingredient we have is called pomegranate. And pomegranate is an amazing, amazing fruit. It looks like that. I'm sure you have seen it somewhere. In Ukambani, where I come from, we really we are very ignorant about the uses of it. What do? We feed it to our cows and chicken. We don't want to take it because the taste is a little bit tart at the end. And yet, one the size of my fist, one fruit the size of my fist, I found it in Naivas at 1,500. A smaller one was 500. Another one was 1,000 shillings. And that is the fruit that we in Kambani, we give to the cows and the chicken. We seem to have forgotten the benefits. This is rated as the #1 fruit in the world, one of the best antioxidants in the world. It is so good. It helps you fight prostate cancer in men, breast cancer in women, colon cancer. It helps you lower your blood pressure. It helps fight arthritis and joint pain. Very, very good for erectile dysfunction. It helps to sort out that issue. Today, because of our poor eating habits, our men don't like eating vegetables, especially the green vegetable, the skumawikis, the tereres, and all those things. They don't want to eat them. So what happens? They end up with issues like erectile dysfunction. The green vegetables are very full of zinc that men need. And again, because, you know, people are getting more and more sick, diabetes and all, this is also something that our men are ending up battling with. And when you look at our young men now, because this pomegranate is very good for libido. You look at our young children, these ones who are getting married, 20s, 21, 25, 30s. Today, they get married. Even when you look at their lifestyle before they get married, if you were to give, like I give an example, if I were to give my son 1,000 shillings, he's 21 years, and I tell him, okay, take yourself somewhere and enjoy yourself with your friends, go and have a nice lunch. I can bet 1,000,000 shillings that I cannot find it in Kosewa. At eating a brown ugali, my son, and I'm sure even your children are like that, they cannot be found there. But I will find him in Nando's, KFC, and many other fast foods. And if I don't watch out, that is what he would live on almost every day. Now, what happens when these young men get jobs and the young ladies, and you know, they continue with that lifestyle. Now they have the money and they get married. And when they get married, most of the time, that's what they're eating. Fast food, foods that really don't have much. And before you know it, they're struggling in their marriage. You might think it's money, but it isn't. You know why I say that? If you go to the pharmacist and ask them, who are the biggest customers of Viagra? I understand it's blue in color. You will find it is our 30-year-old men and below. So the question I ask, if our young men are struggling with erectile dysfunction, libido issues, and yet that is the future, that is our future as a country, and a country is only as strong as its numbers. If that is our future, then we are in a lot of trouble. We need to do something. So what happens? The young men go, they try, they go on Viagra, they get addicted, they start having heart attacks, they can't function. These things kill them. And they are 30s. And I thought it's our grandparents who probably would be taking this Viagra, but no, it's our young people. So it is a point of concern. But if they take our product with pomegranate and they're not diabetic, within a week, this problem will solve itself. If they're diabetic, within a month, that issue will be gone as well. And they continue eating healthy. Again, as I said, it will help fight bacterial infection, fungal infections, candidiasis, all those things. It will increase energy and improve exercise performance. So together, all those ingredients, they form Aegisera. There are 8 of them. How are they taken? How is it taken? I said that all those ingredients are put together and are packed in a sachet like what you can see there. And how do you take it? You put the contents under the tongue. Maybe before I explain that, let me just, okay, or maybe let me just finish that because the image is there. So this Aegisera is food for the cell. It is made for the cell. So we take it sublingually, we take it under the tongue, and you can see the arrows pointing to the sublingual glands, those are the salivary glands, and we want it to be assimilated, to dissolve under the tongue. It is made for the cells to go right to the cells. It bypasses the digestive system. So we don't want you to swallow, not because anything wrong will happen to you, but because a lot of it will be wasted, because it will find your problems, the problems in the digestive system. And the absorption, the liver will metabolize it, and you will lose almost up 70% of it. So how is it taken? The way it's made, it is to be taken under the tongue. So when you take it, you wake up first thing in the morning, you sit up, you pour the contents under your tongue, and you close your mouth. Don't make a lot of movements because then saliva will accumulate in your mouth and you'll be forced to swallow it. But if you stay still enough, it will dissolve slowly. It can take up to 20 minutes. Let it dissolve. And how you will know it has dissolved is that, the ingredients are sweet because they have fruits and vegetables. but it is well formulated. Even the diabetic person can take it. It is packed according to your daily requirement in a day, which is 3,000 milligrams. So it is safe for everybody. So once you put it in the mouth and it has dissolved, you will know that it has dissolved because the sweetness will have gone away. And at that point, now you can swallow your saliva. And after that, you can wake up, talk, and do whatever you want to do. Give yourself 10 minutes and take a glass of water. That's why the image of the glass is there. And then now continue doing whatever you need to do. Give yourself another 20 minutes, and now you can have your breakfast. Now, word of caution, you do not replace Aegisera with medication. You take it together. I am not a doctor. I am only talking about food. This is food. So if you're on medication, please take your medication as the doctor has prescribed. And if there are any improvements with you, with your health, with whatever challenge you might be having, as you go for your usual clinics, the doctors will notice, and they're the ones who will reduce your medication. So you do not stop taking your medication. You must continue with your medication. So what is Aegisera in short? In short, Aegisera is an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory. These are vitamins. They are going to raise the immunity of your cells. And thereby, once your cells have immunity, they do what comes naturally to them. They will repair themselves, they will renew themselves, they will replicate themselves, they will restore themselves, and they will replicate themselves. So the body has a capacity of healing itself if only you give it what it requires. So who takes it? Anyone can take our product. From a 1-day-old child, you just put a little in the mouth if they need it, all the way to the oldest person we may have, from anyone who is suffering from any condition, from you and I who might not have any problem. Because remember, we live in this world where we're not getting enough nutrients, either by choice or because we're ignorant, but we are not getting enough. So even you and I will take it. Anyone with any condition, blood pressure, diabetes, kidney issues, cancer, whatever. As long as you have cells, you're a human person, you can take this product. The only, the only word of caution is maybe a pregnant person, they will take it after the first trimester. Otherwise, anyone can take it. That's the only thing. So how do you acquire this product? How do you acquire it? Now, the company tells us, let me just continue. These are benefits of Aegisera, the various conditions it can help deal with, and some of them I've mentioned. That's a product. We have a few testimonies. These are the testimonies we used to have from Malaysia. Now we have our own, and we'll hear more about it tomorrow. So how do you get this product? The company tells us this product retails at 7,500, one packet of 14 sachets. And I'll show you the packet just before the end of this presentation. So one packet that has the sachet you saw, 14 of them, retails at 7,500. But the company comes and tells you, why don't you come and open an account? You don't have to buy the product. You can have an account. So if you pay 10,350 and have an account opened in your name, then you will get 2 packets of Aegisera with 14 sachets each. So those are 28 sachets. So that's one way you can come in, and we say you've come in with a package called Basic that costs 10,350, and it gives you 2 boxes of Aegisera that have 14 sachets each, instead of buying 1 packet at 7,500. At 10,350, it just means that the price for one is 51.75. You can 2 packets, you're going to take it and you're going to feel very good. But the company tells us that for you to be free, to feel a lot better, to actually deal with your condition, you need to take the product for 4 to 6 months. We are dealing with food, and food takes its time. The body has taken long to get to where it is, where you have found yourself with a certain condition. Remember, it took a while to get there. It also needs some time to reset itself back to where it was before. So you will take our 2 products and you're going to feel very good, but you're not there yet. You will need to take the product for 4 to 6 months. So in that case, maybe you may choose to come in with a bigger package that goes for 41,400 and gives you 8 boxes. That's the difference, is just the number of boxes you're getting. Or you can also come with our highest package, which goes for a light. It's called a light. It goes for 124,200. It has 24 boxes. And those boxes, you may decide, maybe in your family, there are members who need, this product together with yourself. So maybe that's the reason why you would take it. Or you may need it so that when you meet anyone and you tell them about it, you can be able to share the product with them. So that's how you get the product. And the minute you become a member, the minute you have an account, the next time you make an order, the same box now will cost you 4,140. So that is the way you can come in. And at this point, I would like to show you how the product looks physically. So this is me. This is Aegisera. This is how it looks like. I hope you can see it. And these are the sachets. This is the size of the sachet. It looks like this. So that's the box I'm talking about, that you can get 2 of them for 10,350. We also have other products that we'll talk about tomorrow. There's a product called AG Brock, very, very good, also vitamins. There's also another one called AG Rosy, very good for women. It really works on your hormones. We also have another one similar to this, but for men, called AG Max. I'm sorry, I don't have the box, but we'll get them. We have something called Fibery, which is also very good for digestion. It's an amazing detox. And we have a coffee called butterscotch coffee. We also have a skincare range. So at this point, I want to thank you for making time to be with us. Thank you very much. Please go back to the person who invited you. They will guide you on how you can open an account. In case of any problem, you can get my contact from somewhere, but I'm sure they'll be able to help you. Thank you for making time, and I'm sorry we started a little bit late. We were waiting for a few people, but I hope that next time, tomorrow, that we'll keep time. Tomorrow we have a product presentation where we're going to talk about maybe 1 or 2 products, and we're going to share testimonies. So please join in, share your testimonies with us so that we can learn from one another. So thank you very much for making time. Tomorrow is 7:30 in the evening. We'll send out a link. Thank you and God bless you.